didn't notice you. I was preoccupied, there was a crowd around, and I didn't like you, no lie, but you won me over with your smile. Better late than never, better late than never. I listened to your songs, you talked your way through mine. Thought you were arrogant, but then you read my mind, and you said, this is lame, should we both go back to mine? Better late than never, better late than never. We've come so far and so far, it's been out of sight. We've come so far and so far, it's been what I like. We've come so far and so far, so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. Far we, yeah, we come so far we, driving a Ferrari, can you come so far we, we've come so far, so far, it's been out of sight. We've come so far and so far, it's been what I like. We've come so far and so far, so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. It was a crowded room and you were hard to find. You said I lit it up and then I rolled my eyes, no lie. Then you kissed me and it blew my mind. Better late than never. Now all I know is you, and after all this time I
Okay,
can't
more thoughts or takeaways from this book. Just some like things I was thinking about yesterday that I don't think I said while I was vlogging because there's so many things that are going in my brain. I feel like my parents did everything they could so that my sister and I could have a life that was like comfortable, and that meant like they did everything for us when we were growing up, such as like doing the laundry, like cleaning up, washing the dishes. I think it wasn't until I was older I was like, let me do these things like mow the lawn, but if they had the choice they would just do everything for us. And I think that was purely out of love and that they just wanted us to have a good life. But I do think as a result I learned that I couldn't trust my own decision making or my own opinions, and I'm not faulting them by any means. I just think that if I were to have kids, then maybe I would teach them to try to be more independent, but give them support when they're younger because they don't know how to, I guess. And then another thought about like being perfect. I don't know why when I was a kid I always felt the need to like really work hard. I don't really think that my parents were ever like, you need to get A's or you need to do this or get a perfect score on all these things. Like I felt like I just had this innate like reason to want to try hard. Maybe it's because, you know, my parents like did all this for me, like paid for all these like dance classes or paid for these tennis lessons or clinics and all these things, and I just felt like because they were paying money I had to like make the most out of it, because I don't know, money just seemed like something that we always tried to save. I also feel like maybe we were never like praised for our successes, but were somewhat scolded for our failures. But really my failures weren't like academic or whatever, they were more so like my attitude or my lack of anger management. So yeah, I felt like my achievements were never praised. And I remember like vividly once I would like maybe throw a tantrum and like want to throw away like all my medals and my certificates and all my achievements just to maybe get a reaction out of my mom to get her to say that she was like proud of me and that I should keep those things. But instead she just got mad at me for throwing a temper tantrum. But I feel like I just did that to get a reaction out of her. But now that I'm older, I feel like she's always like, I support you in all the decisions that you make and I'm proud of you. And she's always like, oh, I wish I played with you more when I was a kid. Ow. And yeah, I feel like it was because she was like working, she was so stressed all the time. So after school I felt like she had to cook dinner and that put more stress on her, and I just feel like she acted in a way that was only because her life was so overwhelming, and it's only better now because she retired. I don't know, I really don't know why as a really young kid I was always like, I need to work hard, I need to do the best, because I don't think my parents ever like forced me. I felt like there was a good balance of like pushing me to do well, but not, I guess, scolding me if I didn't do well. But really, I don't know. Like, I always felt like I wanted to be the best at everything I tried. And yeah, I guess it wasn't until I was older, I already mentioned this, where you realize that no matter how hard you work, sometimes the outcome that you get isn't what you want. I don't know. But also, it's like, the bad thing about perfectionism is that even if you attain this goal, the high that you feel is so fleeting or temporary. It's like you're just gonna move on to the next one. Oh my god, I'm getting this book so wet. Oh well, whatever. And I really felt that when I felt like I wanted to get promoted at being a software engineer, because I wanted to prove that women could be just as good as men, and I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, especially because I was like fired from my first job and the second one didn't go so well either. So yeah, once I reached that milestone, I was really happy, but then I was like, okay, now what? Like, it was so fleeting, and I feel like looking back, I think that the process was really good, or I really appreciate all the steps I had taken to get myself to where I wanted to be. But me saying I'm like an L4 engineer at Google means nothing to me. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna keep reading this so that I can give this book to Mindy so she can read it and I can get rid of it. And have less in my luggage, so I have more space to buy things when I go to Japan. Okay, goodbye.
Imagine a world without you, no lie. 'Cause it's so good, so good, so good, so good. Far away, far away, far away. Yeah, we come so far away, far away, far away. Driving a Ferrari, far away, far away. Yeah, we come so far away, far away. We've come so far and so far, it's been out of sight. We've come so far and so far, it's been what I like. We've come so far and so far, so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. We've come so far and so far, it's been out of sight. Caught me off guard, I blinked and I realized.
That's the rider.
Oh, wow, so many.
Oh no, this is a special occasion. They're picking up something. They have all the royal guards. Oh, that's HM. That's the Sultan. Can you see the flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Sultan.
Oh, that's the king?
Yes, that's the king.
Oh, he was in the back of the car?
Yes.
Wow.
You see, his car has no number. So you're lucky you saw this procession. You're lucky.
Oh, so that's normal cars. Wait.
That's the prince. Okay?
Oh.
Then they have the name. Then there's some more car coming. Okay?
Wow, so many.
And this is a reserve car for the king. If the car break down, he has a car. So the car for the king do not have a number. So if it's for the princess, there is a number. There's some letter written at the bottom. The king will have no name on the plate.
What
so
about the prince?
the prince? They will write his name.
Oh.
So there will be some alphabet on it.
It's a normal car now.
Nah, no more. No more. Finish. Wow, you are lucky.
So good, so good, so good, so good. We've come so far, so far, it's been